this is Carrie's Canary Quilts, and I don't even know what week this is of the Dear Jane Quilt along, but it's the last week of assembly because we're doing the scallops. I've got mine done, and believe it or not, this was the easiest part of the quilt. I thought it would be difficult. I don't know why. I've never done scallop borders, so I just thought it'd be difficult. It was not difficult at all. Didn't take me much time, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go to EQA. I'm going to show you where to find the scallop borders if you haven't found them, how to print them, and then get ready to put them together. And then I'm going to go through putting my scallops on. So not too long today, pretty easy. I do have it done. Next thing that I'm going to be doing is sandwiching it and quilting it. So throw up a picture right here of what it looks like done so you can see it. And you can always follow me on my social media. I do post pictures of people who have finished theirs, either the quilt top or the whole thing, and you can see those. I have links to that down below, in the description down below this video. And if you're new here, I did use EQ8 Dear Jane add-on. I have all that information down below also, and I have a playlist for Dear Jane, so you can start from the beginning and put this beauty together. So hit the subscribe button, notification bell if you haven't already, and let's go do these scallops. Just in case you haven't printed the templates for the scallop borders, I'm going to show you how to do it now. We need to open the master file in EQ8 with the Dear Jane add-on, and this is the quilt that you'll find. I'm going to zoom in on the corner, this upper left-hand corner. There we go. I'm in Print and Export at the top tab. You need layer 2 for the scallop borders. So now I can pick this scallop right here at the top and go to Templates, and then you can print it out from there. So it does have this binding on it. I delete that binding, and then I pull it over here and make one page out of it. So you can print one template, but you need to cut 56 of these scallops. And then we need to go right to the left of it, and we need to do this template, hit the templates, and print it out. Take out that binding if you want to. And you're going to need 4 of these, which I'm calling left-hand corners. And then this one right here that I've highlighted is the right-hand corner. And you'll need 4 of those. And then the last thing we need is this tiny little corner right here, printed as a template, and we'll need 4 of those. So that's all we need to do for the scallop borders. It's going to be a lot easier than I ever thought it would be. Now, when we get to the binding, it may be a different story, but this is going to be pretty easy. All right, let's start putting them together. To get started on the scallop border, I have laid out each of my 4 rows. So these are my center scallops. These are my corner scallops, and these are the far corners. Scallops, I guess, if you want to call it that. And we're going to have 14 of each of these centers, and then 1 right, 1 left of the corner, and then 2 rows are going to get these edges, corners. So I laid it out so I would know how to do it. I love that there is a straight line right here. So there's no Y seams at all. No turning corners or anything. So at this point, I just got to put all these rows together and then put the 2 short ones on my quilt and then put the 2 long ones on my quilt. I'm going to put these on, and I'm going to iron them open, and I'll show you what they look like when I get done. But yeah, this is going to be a pretty short and I think pretty easy process. Much easier than I thought it was going to be when I started this quilt. I got my borders done. Really easy to put together. I ironed my seams open, and I actually put a lock stitch at the beginning and end of each seam because these are such small seams. I was really afraid they'd get pulled apart as I was like trying to get them pinned and sewn on. So this is my long border. This is my short border. So I'm going to put my 2 short borders onto the sides of my quilt. I'm putting my scallop border on my edge, and you know, I'm lining up the edge over here but I am taking the seam, this seam right here, and lining it up with the point of my Dear Jane blocks. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to take my seam, line it up with the point, and just push it up. And then pin it right there. So this is a pretty easy part of doing the Dear Jane quilt. Binding it may not be easy, but this part is easy. So I'm going to get these all pinned on. I'm going to get it sewn on, and then I think I will probably be ironing towards my border. So I'll let you know when I get over there, but that's from what I'm looking at right now, that seems to be the path of least resistance here. All right, here's my ironed out side border right here. Now I'm ready to put my corner on, and I'm just going to line up my seams. The seam of my little corner and the seam where my scallop border is, and pin it. And then from there we're going to do exactly the same thing we did on the other ones. Line it up with the points of the Dear Jane blocks. Pin it. Sew it, and I'm ironing again towards the border. It seemed to work really well on the sides. So, yep. I think my mom said probably the easiest part of Dear Jane is putting the scallop border on. There we go, a beautiful scallop border. That was really easy. Like I said, this is going to be a short video. And yeah, I think pretty much the easiest part of Dear Jane. So let me know how it's going for you. If you've already done it, let me know. Pretty easy. I guess I thought it'd be harder, and it wasn't. So next thing up is I got to get this sandwiched. The backing I'm going to be using is the same as my background. I have so much of that fabric left that I'm going to use it as my backing. Get it sandwiched, and then start quilting it. I'm going to quilt it the best I can per the EQ8 Dear Jane quilting instructions, or guidelines I should say. They aren't really instructions. And I will be putting out, I think what I'm going to be doing is putting out a row a week on that quilting. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. I've seen some beautiful Dear Janes out there, and really proud of you. Proud of myself, proud of you. This hard quilt, this is a labor of love for sure. Anyway, hit the subscribe button, notification bell if you want to see the quilting, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.